So the other day, I was scrolling on the TikTok as any normal youngster would do, and I came across some rather shocking news. Fullmetal Alchemist once again got dethroned as the top series on my anime list, and to my surprise by an anime I've never even heard of. So then I went to look into it even more and discovered that the author of Kaguya-sama made this newly hyped series. With that and the fact that the first episode was an hour and a half, I was pretty much instantly sold. And to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised by the first episode. But before I get into the video, I just want to put a spoiler warning here for the first episode, so if you haven't seen it or just don't want spoilers, now would be the time to click off the video. Okay, let's get started. Oshi No Ko starts us off following the life of a doctor, Goro. Well, they call him a gynecologist, but he seems to be just an overall general doctor, so I don't know. Do with that information what you will. After recently spending months preparing a young idol, Ai Hoshino, for birth, on her due date, he gets murdered by one of her obsessed stalkers. And what happens next? He gets reborn as one of her children. Wait. I know it sounds creepy, but bear with me. I guarantee it's not. Maybe. What the fuck? So the majority of this episode is basically Goro, now known as Aqua, living his life with the purpose of protecting Ai and living his best life alongside her. And I felt the best part about this whole first episode personally was just seeing what situations Aqua would be in that a normal toddler wouldn't. Like the one moment him and his sister Ruby act like gods that are specifically sent down to protect Ai to their babysitter to prevent her from releasing a scandal on Ai. Situations like these were just so fun to watch, and I'm honestly glad that they kept the tone very lighthearted and wholesome. Cause man, some anime tropes would make Aqua look so pervy and weird like Rudeus from Mushoku Tensei. And don't get me wrong, I love Mushoku Tensei, but here I'm glad that the protagonist actually has some morals. Although I do want to address it did come off kinda cringe and weird that the protagonist didn't deny wanting to smash Ai, her being, 16 and all. But over the course of the show, time and time again, he's shot down all those concerns by just how much common decency he has. Anyways, this general atmosphere is carried throughout the entire run of the first hour and a half episode, with some more somber moments here and there whenever there's some backstory. But those moments kind of add some extra depth to the other characters that gives them understanding to who they are and what shaped them to be that way. Like Ruby, for example, was always prepared to fall because in her previous life she was always ill and could barely even walk. Or Ai always lying because of her skewed ways of thinking it's a form of love due to a combination of her abusive childhood and her manager telling her lying is a desirable trait. And I thought seeing this side of Ai was just really interesting because we don't really know much about her prior to the end of the prologue. Till then, we believe she's a happy and free-spirited person. But we don't realize until later that all she does is lie and she's never genuine. And once we realize this, you look back at all the moments we've seen her shine, and to know it's all fake is just really depressing. But I found comfort that there was one thing she didn't want to say and feel it was a lie. She never once told her kids that she loved them because at this point in her life, she couldn't really distinguish a lie from the truth. So she really wanted to feel out of everything when she decided to say it was the truth. Which, in my opinion, lies aren't always bad, especially under certain circumstances. But lying excessively like she did is a different story. And in the end, it cost her everything, and seeing the result was soul-crushing. Once the prologue wrapped up, I finally started to get an understanding of why this episode was so long and what kind of series this could be. Watching as Aqua slowly pieces together that something just isn't right and then have that moment where he shows his determination to catch the one behind it all was pretty dope, to be honest. In this scene right here, oh my god, the animation was great throughout the entire episode, but this right here sold it for me. It gave me sort of Light Yagami from Death Note vibes. I don't know if it's going that direction, but it was pretty cool. Also, major spoiler alert for the end of episode 1. Just saying. Speaking of animation, when Ai's eye sparkle slowly fades away, leaving her look so lifeless, made me very uncomfortable. Because up until then, she was always so radiant and colorful, so seeing her like that, still trying to put on the same expression even in death, was kind of eerie. Which was a nice touch, since I've never really gotten that sort of uneasy feeling from seeing a character death before, and it was kind of interesting to see how they pulled it off. and after the end of this episode, I was left pretty satisfied. The only real thing I'm concerned about is the direction the series plans to go, since I have no idea yet, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how the rest of the episodes play out. Although I can't see this show run for an extremely long time, if it can continue to be as consistent as this first episode, I believe it could be amazing. Lastly guys, I know Oshi No Ko may not appeal to everyone, but at the end of the day, it's a well-produced anime that shows a lot of promise, and I'm excited to see what direction it decides to go in. But anyways guys, I want to know what you think. Did you watch Oshi No Ko? And what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It really helps out the channel. And lastly, if you want me to do a review on Oshi No Ko when it finishes, let me know down in the comments as well. Anyways, that's about all for me. Thanks guys. Later.